Hey, what's going on everybody? Welcome back to another Screw Toy action figure review. And today we'll be looking at the Neca Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, The Last Ronin, Unarmored version. Unfortunately, I don't have the original release with the armored pieces. I did find this at my local Target. It was sitting on the shelf. There was about 6 of them. So I'm happy to see Neca starting to release more and more quantities of figures so most collectors can find them at stores. But just what I saw quickly glancing at the box and inside the packaging, this figure looks amazing. So let's get straight into the packaging. Then we'll get a quick look at the figure itself. This is the typical Neca packaging. You get the very nice box with the flap that opens up and shows some of the figure and the accessories in there. Another promotional image there. Some very nice art here in the front from the comics. On the side, another nice image of the comics. On the back, some more promotional images, a read up on The Last Ronin right there. So you want to pause that and read that now, you can do so. On the bottom, you get Neca. On the side, some more not promotional images, but some art from the comics. On top, Last Ronin, Nickelodeon, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. On the bottom, you get a whole bunch of bullshit. You do get the barcode right there, so if you need that, you can pause that now. But enough about this packaging. Let's crack this bad boy open. Now getting a quick look at all the accessories that the Last Ronin does come with. Starting off with the hands, he does come with a set of fists, a set of gripping hands, a set of karate chopping hands, and he also does come with one single pointing finger for his left arm. He also does come with these little blade throwing things. I believe they're like ninja stars, but they're just straight little blades. And he does come with 4 of them. And I like that they included, more than 2 because they are very small and you most likely will lose them if you drop them in your carpet. So yeah, I do like these. I like the metallic shine on them. And yeah, I think they look pretty cool. He also does come with one of Raphael's sais, one of Leonardo's broken katanas, a set of Michelangelo's nunchucks, this giant-ass baton, and he also does come with this very nice book that's highly detailed. It doesn't open, but yeah, the sculpt and details and paint on it are actually pretty good. I don't know how we can see it from the back, but yeah, man, nice little book. He also does come with 2 different head sculpts, this first one being a very neutral and stern looking head. And the second head sculpt that he does come with is a little bit more angry with the teeth gritted. And the last accessory that he does come with is this little robotic dog. I'm not too sure what his name is. I believe it's M112, as he does have that marked on the side. I have not finished the Ronin comics. I did start it off and I just never got to finish it. But he does have this little robotic dog that looks nice. It's mostly white with some black paint and some red paint. And yeah, it doesn't have any articulation or anything. It is just a little statue. But yeah, cool little dog, as you can see. And here we have the Last Ronin. And just straight up, man, this figure is a beast. The sculpt and the paint on this figure are amazing. And that's pretty well known by Neca now that they excel in the paint and sculpted detail. But yeah, first off, I'm not going to ruin who this Ninja Turtle is. I know that it is very well known now who this turtle is. But for those who have not read it, I'm not going to ruin it for y'all. And I ask for those people in the comments to do the same. Please keep it spoiler free. But yeah, man, this thing is a beast. Everywhere you look, you're going to see some detail. And yeah, starting off with the head, you do see that very nice comic book lining throughout the head and all those wrinkles. The mask is actually painted very nicely. You see that nice, crisp, clean black paint on there. It doesn't leak onto the green or anything. And then the eyes are really impressive how small they are. You see that white punched in there very well. The back of the head, you get that spotting, which is very reminiscent to the 1990s Ninja Turtle movies, the live action ones, so that is nice. And then his little bandana does swivel, and it is also removable. So if you grab the other head, which is somewhere over here in this mess, right here, I've already had it removed, so you can remove that. And then you can plug in the longer piece in the back of this head. And you can do the same with the other. So that's pretty cool that you can interchange the bandana pieces, but that's also not new. We've seen that with the NECA movie turtle figures, so nice that they included that with this figure as well. So popping that back on, moving down to his shell, you can see more of that I don't want to call it cell shading, more like comic book lining, paneling. Is that what it is? Comic book paneling lining? I don't know. I'm just making up words, but I do like the very different colors and variations of brown in the back. You get the darker brown here, and then towards the middle of the shell, you see that it's a lighter brown, and you can see that that shell is scuffed up and beat up. Moving down to his arms, you can see that very nice green, and it's several different colors of green in there. You get some light greens, some dark greens, and then some of that wash in those muscle and definition lines. And then you get these very big gashes and scars. So you can see that he's been through some shit. Some veins there, some very nice texture. The front of the shell looks nice. Again, all textured, all sculpted. It's nowhere on this figure do you see any flat surfaces. So that is nice. Some more of that comic book lining on the side. You can see that black lining continue on there. Moving down to his gauntlets, there are a matte gray color, and then you do see some silver dry brushing in those cracks and scratches, so that is pretty cool. His gloves, nicely detailed as well. You get the back of the guard of his hand right there, which looks nice, and then his belt looks nice. Again, all detailed throughout the whole thing. The back of his belt, you can see you can store some of those accessories in there, which I'll try to do here in a second. And then moving down to his little skirt piece, again, nicely textured and sculpted as well. Then you do get this little flap right here. And then his pants are sculpted as well. All nicely textured. And you get some of the lines in there as well, painted, as you can see in the back. Those are actually just painted on there, they're not sculpted as well as those. And then he does have different knee pads. You can see like a little metal piece right there, and then a traditional knee pad right there. And then he has these, what's it called, layered like armored pieces for his shins, which look pretty cool. And then you get the little flip-flops that he has, the little samurai flip-flops, which look cool. And then you can see the nails are painted. The bottom of the flip-flops are sculpted as well. So yeah, man, anywhere you look on this figure, you're going to see some nice details. Again, there's no flat surfaces on this figure, which I love. But yeah, again, that's very expected from NECA. It's nothing new. That's what they shine. But let's get a quick look at articulation, because I really want to talk about it. This figure actually surprised me quite a bit. So moving on to articulation. Now getting a quick look at articulation. His head is on a dumbbell joint in there. It goes into the body, into his head. So he can look up that much, and he can look down that much. He gets a tiny bit of head pivoting, but not much. So the head articulation is not the greatest. His arms are on ball joints, and they move up this much, which is a great amount, man. That is pretty great. And then he does have double jointed elbows. Well, I don't know. No, that's single jointed elbows, but look at the range that gets, man. That's pretty impressive. And it does swivel, so that is nice. And then he does have hinges on his hands that moving those down. No, they are double jointed, as you can see. Yep, I was right. So I was right the first time. They are double jointed elbows, and they get a very nice range of motion with these big gauntlets in the way as well. And then he does have a hinge on the hand that hinges that much down, up, and it does rotate a full 360. And then he does have a very nice, what's it called, waist ball. So he can move to the side, pivot to the sides. He can crunch this much forward, that much back. He can twist. You can actually rotate him a full 360 if you would like. And then he does have upper thigh swivel, double jointed knees that bend in a great amount. And then he does have a hinge on his foot. They can move this much forward, that much back, and he does have great ankle pivot. And then his legs can kick this much forward. Ooh, that is very squeaky. I'm kind of scared. That much back, and then it moves this far out. So pretty good articulation out of this figure, man. NECA's improving more and more, and I didn't have to heat this figure up, didn't have to boil him, didn't have to do anything. The joints are fairly smooth other than his legs. You heard that creaking and squeaking, so that kind of worried me a little bit, but seems pretty okay now. I think I just had to kind of crack it in. So yeah, this articulation scheme is perfect for this figure. I wish there was a little bit more range in that ab section, because you know, he is a ninja, he is a Ronin, he wants to, you know, get into crouching poses and whatnot. But overall, man, I'm very impressed with this articulation. Now getting a quick look at some size comparisons. Here we have the last Ronin next to the NECA TMNT Turtles in Disguise, Donatello and Raphael. Here we have him next to Michelangelo and Leonardo. Here he is next to the Mafex Cyclops and the Mafex Hush Batman. Here we have him next to the Marvel Legends Mr. Fantastic and the Marvel Legends Black Panther. And there you have it. What a great release this was by Neca. This figure, man, just kind of blew me away. Surprisingly, I wasn't actually going to pick this up, but I saw it in stores and I just had to see what this figure was all about, man. And once I opened it and started playing around with it, I was actually really, really impressed. I have NECA figures. I've dealt with a lot of NECA figures before, and they are great figures, but this one is just, I don't know, man. Something about the detail, the paint, and the articulation kind of just blew me away. I don't know. This figure really did it for me. So it's a great addition to the collection. If you're a Ninja Turtle fan, definitely pick this figure up. If you're a casual Ninja Turtle fan, I would still pick this figure up because it's just a great piece, man. The comic, I've read some of it, have not finished it, so don't know exactly how this comic book run ends or where it's at or if it's even finished. But the overall premise and the idea of this comic is pretty dope. So having this figure in, or having this character in figure form is pretty dope as well. So highly recommend this figure, man. But yeah, enough of me rambling on. Make sure you guys hit that like, subscribe button. Let me know down in the comments below if you're going to be picking this up or skipping it if you already have it. And if you liked it, if you disliked it, and why you disliked it. And make sure you follow me on my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. The links to all those are in the description down below. And I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.